well before we start, because I'd like you to get to know me, but I want to do it in the most efficient way possible. So, name, Chrissy, Derbyshire. Occupation, crime, probably. Professional occupation, stand-up comedy in the end. I know that's a weird thing to be able to actually do. And my imposter syndrome is such that every time I tell someone I'm a stand-up comedian, I feel like I'm lying. I feel like I've just plucked an unbelievable job out of the air. What do you do? I'm a lion tamer? Yeah. And a famous astronaut. But it's true, I am not an astronaut, stand-up comedian. I also sometimes tell a man that I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah, don't do that. I'll tell a man that I'm a stand-up comedian and he'll say, "But you're a woman!" Okay, 1, sexist, 2, gender essentialist. 3, he says it like I might not have noticed. So I'll go, "Oh, bloody hell, you're right." Oh, I just dodged the bullet there, didn't I? I'll immediately go and make you a sandwich in my underwear. I mean, I'll go in my underwear to make you a sandwich. I don't mean I'll make you a sandwich in my health and safety nightmare, isn't it? Don't do that. Yeah, I do that. I'm also, by day, a children's entertainer. So I run the full gamut professionally of human experience. On the one hand, I'm used to having audience members who are screaming, wailing, puking, peeing themselves sometimes, breastfeed sometimes. And on the other hand, as I said, I'm a children's entertainer. Don't laugh at that. That was a cheap joke, wasn't it? I'm not proud of that joke, but it felt unavoidable. So yeah, those are the two things I do. And there's a very distinct difference between being a stand-up comedian and being a children's entertainer. And that's the heckles. When an adult heckles you, it's annoying, it's boring, it can be hurtful. When a child heckles you, they will tear you apart. They're brutal. When I do my children's entertainment, my character is a wizard, so I do a little interactive story with them, and then I do a few simple magic tricks. And let me tell you, you have not experienced imposter syndrome until you've faced a room full of 7-year-olds screaming at you, "You're nothing but a fake! You're not real!" And it's not, "You're not a real wizard," it's "you're not real," full stop. An adult heckler will say, "Get off your shit." A child heckler will effectively say, "Wink back out of existence where you belong. You deluded figment of your own imagination, which in itself is not real." So I'm standing there with a spoonful of bicarbonate of soda in one hand and a potion bottle full of vinegar in the other, having a full-on existential crisis. And thinking, I wish this was a comedy gig, because then I could just tell them to fuck off instead of I have to sing them happy birthday. Be that as it may, that's me. I've been thinking a lot lately about my internal organs. Yeah, I know, there's no natural way to introduce that into a conversation, is there? Always feels a bit abrupt. And we're all quite coy, aren't we, about our innards? Like with some fainting aunt in a Jane Austen novel. Mr. Darcy's just appeared at a society luncheon with his kidneys on full display. But they're there, aren't they? They are there inside us, I think. I haven't checked very often. I'd say I look at my own insides the normal amount. which I googled it and it's not at all in the end. But I do have faith that they're there. And there's loads of them too. Like if I had to guess, I would say at least 5 or 6 different bits. I'm not a professional doctor. I could have been though, I think. I do cross-stitch, I do scrapbooking. It's the next natural step, isn't it? Surgery. But, I didn't go down that path and medicine's lost as comedy's gain. There is a point to all this, by the way. I am going somewhere with this. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page vis-a-vis guts. So in the spirit of that, hi. Hello. What's your name? You're Alice. Can you tell me, do you think it's reasonable for me to assume that you have internal organs? Yeah? A little bit uncertain then. Do you think it might all be a big conspiracy? Big organ. I'm not flirting with you, this is I don't think it's particularly contentious of me to suggest that most of us do have internal organs. More controversially though, I think that some of my major organs have a good cop, bad cop situation going on. I will explain. My heart, I have no problem with at all. It pumps blood around my body like an absolute champ. I want it to beat. It does beat every single day of my life so far. No problem at all with my heart. My brain, on the other hand, is an arsehole. Not literally, obviously, that would be biologically quite upsetting, wouldn't it? I mean that my brain is a dick. Again, not literally. To avoid confusion, my brain is a brain, but that is the best thing I can say about it. I hate it, it hates me, there's mutual animosity there. At best, it's kind of benignly useless. At worst, I think it might be trying to kill me. Several times a day, every single day, my brain will just go, oh no! I say, what? What is it? And my brain will say, oh no! You've forgotten! I say, what? What have I forgotten? And my brain will say, I don't know, something probably. And the worst thing is it's usually right. I usually have forgotten something because I have zero short-term memory. Brilliant long-term, zero short-term. So I can remember word for word the song from a Chicken Bovril advert from 1988. But I can't remember the beginning of this sentence. I'm just hoping by the time I reach the end of it it's at least grammatically correct. So I'm desperately racking my brain, trying to work out what it is I might have forgotten. And my brain pops up again, very helpfully. Hi, excuse me, hi. Maybe you've forgotten your PE kit. And I say, no. No, 39 years old, actually. Do I still go to school? No. Do I need my PE kit? No. Am I still scared of my PE teacher? Yes, I'm not there yet. So again then, when I lay my head down to sleep, I've had a hard day of kind of mental torture. I lay my head down to sleep, I'm hoping for a nice night's sleep. My brain pops up again. Hello! Reporting for duty! Can I interest you in some fake etymology tonight? And I say, no, thank you, brain. And my brain says, a platypus is a cat with braids. And I say, no, that's not true. That's not true. And my brain says, melancholy, a dog made of fruit. And I say, no. And my brain says, archetype is the answer to what kind of boat did Noah have? He had an archetype of boat. And my brain says, I see how it is. You want me to change the channel. I say, no, please don't change the channel. And my brain says, no, you've twisted my arm, not literally, I'm a brain. You've persuaded me, I'm going to change the channel. And then it's a 50-50 chance whether it's a night of crippling self-loathing, so my brain reminding me of all the ways in which I might have let down myself, my child, my parents, my friends, my lovers, not a bed, just FYI. My PE teacher again, weirdly. Sometimes my country. It's either that, or again, on a loop, that Chicken Bovril advert from 1988. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. I'm in therapy right now. Thank you. Your bedside manner's a bit weird. You keep laughing at me, but I think I'm into it. It's good though, isn't it? It's good to talk about the ways in which we are hurting, the ways in which life is treating us badly. Whatever our outlet might be, whether you've got access to real therapy, whether you just talk to a friend, vent on Twitter. I think this person here looks like they might write sad songs on a ukulele, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Me, I went the whole hog and I devoted my entire life to stand-up comedy. That's okay too. I hope. But it's good to talk about the ways in which we are weird and messed up and broken, because we are all weird and messed up and a little bit broken. This world, this beautiful, miraculous, lush green earth on which we live is so weird. It is so messed up. Have you ever seen a nature documentary? Don't. Don't, if you want to still like nature. I watched one. Do you know an octopus's penis is on the end of one of its arms? Rip it off and throw it at you if it wants to mate. Not you personally, I don't know why we laughed at eyes there, but still, that's not right, is it? That doesn't feel right. That is counterintuitive. And people often come up to me after my gigs and say, "Oh, Chrissy, I love this character you've created." No, I have several problems. Making life is not one of them, though. I have created life. I've procreated. I have a kid, and it's wonderful. I love being a parent. I really love having a child. I think it is so moving being privileged to watch this screaming potato gradually blossom into a weirdly dependent flatmate. No, I love it. I love being a parent, and the thing I love best about being a parent is being able to share my cultural references with her. I love being able to share all of my cultural references with her. So imagine my delight when she was very little. My daughter Anwen and I were invited to what I would call a regulation wedding disco. You know the kind. The kind where the DJ set hasn't changed since 1993, and that is okay. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get Oops Upside Your Head, Cha-Cha Slide, Superman, Grease Mega Mix. Yes. You know what you're going to get. It's a safe place. It's a happy place. And that night I didn't see much of Anwen because at the age of 5 she already had more of a social life than I ever will have. And she'd attached herself that night to my friend Julia. She followed Julia around everywhere all night. And by about 11:30, 12, Julia was understandably starting to flag. Okay, she was inching towards the boundaries of the dance floor as "You Can't Touch This" flared over the stereo, trying to talk to another adult. And I had the privilege of witnessing this tiny, tiny child with the most sombre, earnest look on her face run after her and say, "Julia, Julia, you have to stop. It's hammer time." The thing about being a parent, though, is that you spend so much of your life, so much of your time, so much of your energy, your soul, parenting. But when it's time to stop parenting, it's really hard to turn it off. You do find yourself pointing out moo cows to strangers on the bus. The worst one of these that ever happened to me was my partner at the time had a friend round. So this was 2 guys in their late 30s, kicking back, playing cards in my living room. And let me tell you, it really does change the whole vibe of an evening. When you go up to your long-term romantic partner and his friend, who you don't know very well, lean over them and say, "Will Mummy get you a drink?" I had to have a threesome that night just to save face. You've been absolutely brilliant. I unfortunately have been Chrissy Derbyshire. Thank you.